Well, it's about time. We got another Jordan Reserve shock drop incoming, but that's not the only good news we got today. In fact, take a look at this. Absolute insanity. The Jordan 1 fragment is actually going to be dropping. Here's a look at the sample. Initially, many of us thought these would never see the light of day, but these are apparently going to be dropping in 2026. Unfortunately, I don't have a date, but when we do have a date, I'll make sure to share that with you guys. Make sure you subscribe and enable post notifications. Obviously, you could expect these to resell for insane amounts, and they're going to be extremely hard to get, but we got a lot more good news to go through. We're going to talk more about that Jordan Reserve in a bit, but first of all, if you guys remember that Air Max 1 poly that I told you not to sleep on, those are performing very, very well currently. Well, it looks like we have another poly Air Max dropping. This time, it's going to be the Air Max 1 Big Head Mode GoldenEye 007. Definitely a cool concept, but this one is going to be a little bit different. This one, it looks like they're doing pre-orders for, but they did explain that it's pre-orders until supplies last, so I don't know if that means the stock's going to be infinite, like made to order or not. It is a pre-order though, and it's going to take a while for them to get to you, so I don't know if we could treat this one the same way. I'll have to keep you guys updated on it, but it's a cool concept nonetheless. Even more good news, we got another Kobe Air Force 1. This time it's the Kobe Bryant Nike Air Force 1 Low Protro Soft Yellow. Definitely looks pretty nice. These are going to be dropping sometime in the summer for $150. Don't expect these to perform the same way as those black and yellow ones did. Those were much more limited. These should still be limited too, and maybe there'll be some brick profit or lunch money potential, but I'm not really expecting anything crazy. And then we also got more good news for Kobe's. We got the Kobe 4 Protro CHBL, which is going to be celebrating Chinese high school basketball leagues. Pretty cool concept. These are also dropping in the summer for $190. I do think there's going to be some room for some brick profit to lunch money on these. Nothing crazy, but stick to those big sizes for sure. Then we also got another Kobe, this time the Kobe 9 Mambacita. So we've already seen other versions of the Mambacita. Now it's coming on the Kobe 9. I'm not a big fan of the Kobe 9, but being a Mambacita, I think these are still going to perform well enough for profitability, especially in large sizes. They're going to be dropping very soon on May 1st for $180. And finally for Kobe's, I swear, we got the Kobe 9 Elite Protro What The. These are going to be dropping actually pretty soon on April 13th for $300. Now, even though the What The concept is pretty cool and they are Kobe's, unfortunately Kobe 9 Elite specifically don't really have a lot of hype, and it doesn't help that the retail is so high at $300, so I have to say just personals for these. Now, some really good news. We are finally going to be seeing the absolutely iconic and legendary Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard. Not the 2.0, not the 3.0. No, we are literally getting the OG Shattered Backboard drop. They're coming in July of this year for $180. Even though a lot of Jordan 1s have been bricking, this pair I cannot see bricking, and hopefully they keep that same amazing leather quality that came on the first pair. If so, these are definitely going to pop. They're definitely going to be very profitable. Not as much as they initially were. They used to sell for like $600 when they first released, but I definitely think there's going to be plenty of room for profit on these, especially with the pattern of Jordan Brand slashing a lot of stock on a lot of these classic colorways. I think this is definitely going to follow that same pattern, and if that is the case, with demand already being high for this colorway, I could definitely see these being pretty profitable. Similarly, we got another absolute classic dropping on June 21st for $210. We're finally getting back the Jordan 5 Grape. This is an iconic colorway. A lot of collectors really love it, including myself. But if you guys recall, if you've been collecting for a while, these don't usually resell. They kind of are pretty easy to get all the time, but I think this year is probably going to be different based off the pattern we've been seeing with like the Jordan 5 Black Metallic, the Jordan 12 Flu Games, even the Jordan 9 Cool Gray. While I don't think the profitability is going to be crazy, I think there is going to be some room for profit on these, and it's going to be the first time we've ever really seen that for a Grape 5. Then a quick update for the Jordan 1 Rare Air, which is pretty awesome. It looks like there's a hidden red swoosh, so you're probably going to have to scratch or use some nail polish remover to get that to show. They've done this concept on previous Jordan 1s in the past. I think it's really cool. I love when Nike and Jordan Brand get creative like this. Obviously, still not expecting these to be profitable though. In fact, you could even get them for below retail in the secondary market, so wait for a sale if you want these. Then we got another classic coming back. I mean, this year, Jordan Brand is absolutely going crazy. We are in for a treat. We got the Jordan 3 Pure Money dropping. This is one of my favorite Jordan 3s. They're coming back on July 5th for $200. And if they follow the same pattern with slash stock, I think that these also have profit potential too. Nothing crazy, but I think you can make some small profit on the big sizes. Then on August 9th for $215, we're going to be getting the Jordan 4 denim. Unfortunately, I just expect these to be personals though. Maybe on the very large sizes because these are women's. Maybe on those you can make some brick profit if you have no tax, but not really expecting anything crazy. Then we're also going to be seeing the Jordan 12 French Blue actually drop again on August 16th for $200. I don't think these are going to perform as well as the Flu games did, but there might be some room for profit if you sell them locally off platforms and you have no tax, and I'm definitely at least expecting them to sell out. This is a classic colorway. A lot of people really like them, but it doesn't change the fact that they're still a Jordan 12. There isn't crazy hype for Jordan 12s in general. And then we're getting another classic back, this time another classic Jordan 5, not the great, but we're getting the Jordan 5 Fire Red Black Tongue. So these are dropping on September 13th for $210. And this is another one that I think is going to be profitable too because they're not going to have super high stock. That's kind of going to be the running theme this year with Jordans. It's going to be more fun to collect. It's going to be more fun to go for these releases and lineup and all that. I really think Nike and Jordan Brand is trying to bring back a lot of that excitement. The old CEO is back. He knows what he's doing. He cares about the longevity of the company, not like that fill-in CEO who was just trying to meet quarterly expectations. Sorry, one more Kobe thing. I know I said no more things for Kobe, but just a reminder because it's so important. Remember that on April 13th, the Kobe 8 What The is going to be dropping. Do not sleep on these guys. This sneaker is a really big deal. The What The concept is obviously cool in itself, but the What The Kobe 8 specifically is a really big deal. It's a grail for a lot of people. I could definitely see prices jumping right after the drop when everyone misses out. Obviously, I'll do a sell or hold video too. Make sure you subscribe and enable post notifications for that. Definitely don't sleep on these. All sizes should be very profitable, especially the larger ones too. They're dropping April 13th for $190. Definitely go for these. Then my favorite Jordan 14 is finally coming back. I think a lot of you guys could agree that this is probably the best Jordan 14. If you disagree, leave it in the comments below, but I'm pretty firm on this. Like, this is by far my favorite. On June 11th, we are actually getting back the Jordan 14 Ferrari. Usually Jordan 14s are not profitable, but this pair probably is going to be. It has always had a lot of demand since their initial release too, contrary to most Jordan 14 colorways. It's obviously very different compared to most Jordan 14s, and the theme is just really, really sick. It looks like a Ferrari, you know, coming in all red. Then you got the iconic Ferrari Jumpman. Instead of the horse, you got the Jumpman, but it's shaped like the Ferrari symbol. It's really awesome. I'm still expecting these to be profitable, but I really need that personal. Let me know if you agree. Then some absolutely insane news. We're actually going to be getting another Bin Jordan. So if you guys aren't familiar with the Bin 23 Jordan series, I think it's for like buy it now, it stands for. But basically this series started in like 2010-ish, and they had a Jordan 2, Jordan 5, 7, 9, and 13. And all these pairs are essentially meant to stand out for top tier craftsmanship. And on each of them, it comes with the iconic Bin 23 stamp. So this series is a really big deal. A lot of collectors like myself see these sneakers as really big deals for like long-term collecting purposes. So you could definitely expect these to be very profitable. Don't sleep on these. Unfortunately though, they're not dropping until 2026. And then right before we get into the Jordan Reserve, just one last update, some more good news for 2026. The Jordan 5 Wolf Gray is going to be returning too. Just another classic that we're going to be getting again. I'm a big fan of this Jordan 5 colorway. Let me know what you think. So now with the Jordan Reserve, there is going to be one imminent. They're still preparing the stock, so there actually isn't a date set as of me making this video, but it should be set very, very soon. And obviously, I'm going to post all the details, including the date, including the time, the whole product list, all that kind of information. It's going to be posted inside of my group Endurance. We post early info for all kinds of shock drops like this, but obviously the group does a whole lot more than that too, and even more beyond just sneakers. Like just recently, Pokemon has been going crazy. If you're looking to get into Pokemon reselling, definitely make sure you join the group because there is no other group that is doing it better than us. We have a massive team strictly dedicated to just Pokemon, and we've been killing it lately. The success speaks for itself. I don't care what other groups are saying. Like, we are really killing this shit. Apologies for the tangent. I just had to rant about how good we've been doing with these Pokemon restocks and shock drops. But this Jordan Reserve shock drop is going to be better than all of the ones we've seen recently because it's going to include a lot of those recent Jordans you've seen that are actually profitable, because Jordan Brand has been following this pattern of slashing a lot of stock. So So while the whole product list isn't actually set right now, I could speculate it's probably going to include things like the Jordan 5 Black Metallic, the Jordan 9 Cool Gray, the Jordan 12 Flu Game, a lot of Jordans like that, and probably a lot more too. So this is definitely going to be one of the better Jordan reserves, a lot of profitable opportunities in it, and not only that, but to get your great personals too. You know, if you missed out on any of the previous drops or restocks, this is going to be a good opportunity to get a second chance. As of now, they're still allocating the inventory, but it is imminent. We should be seeing it relatively soon. So again, make sure you're in endurance if you want the early info, if you want to be prepared for these kinds of shock drops, and there's going to be more happening in April too. So make sure you tap in. Other than that though, that's all the updates I have for you guys. Make sure you subscribe and enable post notifications for more. Other than that though, have a fantastic rest of your day.